We're here to cure all of your Monday blues by arguing about what in a video game is better than another thing in a video game, which means another legendary card debate. Today, we're doing everyone's hero in the half shell, Makoa. The turtle from, I'm assuming, Down Under or somewhere where the guns are decorated like vases. I'm here as most of the time with Scott. Say hi, Scott.
Yo!
All right, and we're going to talk about Makoa's legendary card. So everyone's familiar, one, with Makoa's power. He's a giant tank turtle. He is a frontliner. He has an ability that is anchors. Dredge anchor, where he pulls you in. Kind of like Scorpions Get Over Here, if you will. He also has a shell shield. It's a... If you could imagine, it's kind of like Fernando's shield, in that it's a shield that when it's on, you move it as you go, but you can get undercover as a team inside of it, and it's a dome style shield. He shoots a cannon. He also has a shell spin where he knocks you up, and his ult is you challenge Makoa, in which case he gets like crazy amounts of health. And wax your face. Now, his three legendary cards are one, Pluck. Pluck gives you 80% bonus damage to your first shot after Dread Anchor, which that is the free legendary card, which essentially means when he does his Scorpion Get Over Here, that next shot that he hits you with wrecks your face completely. His second one is Half Shell. That's his shell shield, and it allows him to drop it in place instead of it being a thing where he like turtles on the floor, like put it around him in a dome. For the record, you can go into your shell roll with the shield around you, but you can't shoot and you can't dredge anchor with the shield around you. And then the last one is Leviathan, which makes you gain 1,500 health. Scott, it's a Monday. Prepare to be wrong. What is the best legendary card from Makoa in your opinion?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Half Shell.
Half Shell, talk to me. Why?
All right. I feel one of the downsides of a Makoa at this current point in the game, at least what I figured out when I'm facing a Makoa, is the minute they pop the shell, I just run in and hit them. Like, that's been basically the concept to me, is like you can hit him inside the shell, and although it's pretty effective because it follows him, so he can follow the cart and protect the cart while the cart's moving. I found that anytime I just run in, especially if I'm a flank, I'll just run in, zoom in, and just pound him while he's in there, and then hop out when the shell goes down, because everybody else will be pounding him at that point too. So when I saw Half Shell, I'm like, all right, so he can drop a shell, so it's like a barrack shield basically, but it's a dome.
Bigger barrack shield.
It's a bigger barrack shield, a stronger barrack shield, and it's a dome, so it's 360. So he could run in on a point, drop it, and still be able to move around, even go out if he had to. But the shield's still protecting everybody in one spot. I mean, you lose the movement, which I can see being tough, especially on like a payload, or at, well, any map, siege map too, because it's moving. But I found that not being in a position where you could be targeted so easily, and you're more effective at actually keeping up with the DPS, or pulling people into the shell to pounce on them, was way more effective than the other one.
Pulling people into the shell is definitely pretty devastating, right? Because when you get pulled into the shell, your team can't help you. Your team can't provide covering fire without also going in there with them. And again, Makoa, he essentially has a shotgun, right? He has literally a cannon-shaped shotgun that does tons of damage up close. So I can see why you would go with Half Shell, but here's why you're wrong, right? You are a tank, right? And your little scurry with a shell, even though they can go through it, it's actually super effective. And it kind of messes with people, right? Because, again, I don't know how to properly explain it, but the fact that the shield radius is constantly moving and you can shield people inside of you, I always say a little bit of coordination goes a long way. I initially felt Pluck being the free one, hurts like the dickens, as they say. That original play, it allows you to two-shot most flanks, right? It allows you to get that annoying Eevee off in the corner, or that Sky when she's out of invis. Bring her in, wreck her face, make them pay for playing. But for me, quite honestly, Leviathan is so good. 1,500 health. That is so much health. That I can't even... That's, for some people, for some flanks, that's their entire health bar. So you're essentially one entire character stronger as far as your health goes. And when you kind of move it into other cards, you go, hey, you know, I can gain tons of health while I'm waiting. Every couple seconds while your shield is up. So if you think about it, you end up with 6,300 health, 6,500 health around there, which I don't think there's a character with more health than that in the game. I'd have to go through and pull up every tank. But it puts you at let me not. We'll say 6,500 to be safe. That is so much health, and that is so much to kill. With a guy who has a shield and an escape that if you hit it gives you health, you become so. Again, if you select those cards, it makes you so tanky, such a nuisance, and it allows the rest of your team to put in a lot of work if they're dealing with you. And I also think when you challenge Makoa, if you challenge Makoa at 1,600 health versus challenging Makoa at like close to 5,000 health, that's a totally different Makoa you're challenging. So it actually even makes his ult better.
So I see you're very good. You're very good at following your own protocol, right? So your protocol is, generally speaking, across all legendaries, if I can use it more and get the most use out of it, it's the better legendary.
Yes.
Right? So gaining 1,500 health is a constant, all the time health percentage increase. And I can see that being very beneficial. And I understand why you picked that one. Even though I think you're wrong.
By the way, 1,500 extra health before mitigation. So I'm not even counting if you get Haven for your point people or Blast Shields for your AoE people. And that even makes you even tankier.
It's true. It's true. And shield in record does nothing against you. The only thing that's really going to affect you is corduroys if somebody's doing that. So I can see the benefit, right? I still think that group mitigation, placed wisely with cooperation would be better than the 1,500 health.
But that's the thing. I don't lose my ability to create group mitigation. I actually keep my group mitigation mobile. The ultimate problem with Half Shell is that you drop your shield and it is where it is, and you might not be with it, right? So Barrick drops his shield, but he gets to back his shield up with turrets. So if he has to bail out of his position, his turrets are holding, even if it's just for a little while, they're holding. You drop your shield, you back off your shield, the enemy can still walk through your shield. You said yourself, if a Makoa drops his shield, you walk right through it. Now Makoa, with 6,300 health, scurrying with his shield, with his buddies helping him out, I still get my group mitigation.
Well, now here's my other thing. Right now, I am a fan of Fernando.
Fernando,
especially as a flank Fernando. But what I found was one of my biggest frustrations is, all right, you're at the front, and I have Fernando's legendary where I can have that shield up indefinitely until it's destroyed, and it's got an 8-second cooldown, so it's up all the time, right?
You're skipping ahead, but go ahead.
I am just saying that my biggest problem with that is I can't do anything. So I'll be standing there with the shield up, and there could be people there, even another Fernando, and literally we're just standing there shield to shield, right? So in my brain, I'm thinking, here is an item that'll make me be able to put a shield down and still be effective and provide extra DPS, pull the flank in, still be functional while providing the mitigation for the entire group.
All right. Well, as always, every week one of us has to be wrong, and as usual, it's you. I'm going to say this because we haven't talked about Pluck. Judge Anchor has a 9-second cooldown on it. You can get it down to 6 seconds if you max Chronos. if you are the second tank, right? If you run a double tank comp, right, and you're the second tank, you're the tank who's not going to hold the point, get Pluck. You will literally annihilate everyone. It is amazing. But again, like if we're talking about what's going to make you hold the point longest, that's my mentality for it. I know that's Scott's mentality for it. What's going to make you hold that point furthest, and I know it's actually high res mentality for it, because both legendaries that allow you to better hold the point are the ones that are locked. Meanwhile, the one that lets you wreck flanks spaces are the ones that's unlocked. So let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Who was right? Me. Who was wrong? Scott. If you guys don't think our rationale even works, if you think like, hey, don't even think about Makoa as a tank, always think of him as the second tank in a damage comp. Which again, I see a lot of people who enjoy running that in the low tiers, which is where we live. We're low tier guys. There's no share it with your friends. Check out our other legendary card videos, or don't, whatever, but do, because that's important. And click the subscribe button, because these videos don't subscribe to themselves. That is it from No Randoms Gaming. Scott, you got anything for the team?
I was right. See you later.